Two PhD students from the University of South Florida vanished under mysterious circumstances. Zamal Lyman's body was found this morning near the Howard Franklin Bridge in Tampa, but his girlfriend, Nahida Bristi, is still missing. And the person arrested in connection with the case was his own roommate. Police took Zamal's roommate into custody after a standoff. According to reports, he had barricaded himself inside the apartment, and when he finally came out, he was reportedly wearing only a towel. The roommate is now facing charges including domestic violence, battery, false imprisonment, concealing a death, and unlawfully moving a dead body. Zamal was last seen at an off-campus apartment, the same apartment he shared with that roommate. Nahida was last seen on campus, near a science building, where some of her belongings were reportedly left behind. And at that time, she might also have met that roommate. According to some detectives, Zamal's body was found on that bridge. So, is it possible that Nahida was thrown into the water? Both of them were PhD students at USF. They were also a couple, and they may have even been considering getting married. And this roommate had a very violent criminal history. Comment down below. Justice for the victims.
He was fun-loving, he was quick to laugh, and quick to smile. But if I had to describe Jamil with one word, it would be kindness. He was just really, really kind. We'll miss you, Jamil. Bide Bandhu. Goodbye, friend.
I want people to know that both of them, my brother and Aida, was very bright, hardworking, jolly, and they always put a smile on their face. They are full of dream. They came to United States to build a better future. My brother wanted to come back to United States and contribute through research and teaching, ideally as a faculty member in university. He came to know that from the very beginning, he shared with us that his American roommate is very unpleasant, unsocial, often didn't come out from his room. He and his another roommate, Indian, Rashid, filed a complaint against Hisham when they came to know that Hisham has prior criminal record. Both of our family are currently grieving, right? But we are also asking for their justice, dignity, and accountability. Yeah, from Bangladesh or Islamic perspective, like they are very close friends for sure, but they have feelings for each other's, but they are not officially dating.
Okay.
And they are thinking about having a future together, and they also shared that with us as well. Because it's very difficult to be theirs and living in the same air or taking the breathing the same air is very difficult for me. But my brother also wanted me to be a professor someday, so it's also his dream to see me a successful person or having a contribution in society. I just want justice for Jamil and Nahida so that it can be an example for all of our dear. So, and we just want the accountability from Avalon Heights as well, requesting the concerned authority to investigate what actually happened, why, what actually happened. If they have filed complaint against him, if they filed complaint against him, why they didn't take that seriously.
I'm going to call up the first case, Hisham Abu Garbi.
Camera.
All right. And do I have Hisham Abu Garbi here?
And it will be held without bond?
Held without bond until the pretrial detention motion has been heard before Judge Murphy. Thank you.
And Judge, the other charges will also be addressed at that time?
And all charges will be addressed at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
I am joined here today by my good friend and University of South Florida Police Department Chief of Police, Chris Daniel. We are here today as our community has been shaken by the disappearance of two USF grad students, Nahida and Zamil. I am heartbroken to announce the discovery of human remains discovered on the Howard Franklin Bridge earlier this morning. Just now, those remains were positively identified to Zamil. How did we get here today? We have a suspect in custody. How did that happen? Today at approximately 9 a.m., we received a domestic violence call for service. Units responded. We knew that this was the home of the suspect. Units responded. We were able to take the family out of the residence and get them to safety. At that time, we commanded the suspect to come out to our deputies. He refused. That happened for some time, about 20 minutes or so. Commands were continued to give to the suspect. He did not respond, nor did he come out. At that time, SWAT was activated. SWAT responded, and at approximately 10:36 a.m., SWAT arrived on scene. SWAT then mobilized and commanded the suspect to come out of the residence. At that time, he came out peacefully and was taken into custody. These are the charges of the suspect. The suspect's name is Hisham. The charges we have so far are domestic violence, simple battery, domestic violence, false imprisonment, tampering with evidence, failure to report death to LEO or MEO, and unlawfully hold or move a dead human body in unapproved condition. Let me just take this opportunity to talk to you before we get into questions and before I hand it off to Chief Daniel. You know, Sheriff Cronister's #1 priority is to keep this community safe and to locate these two USF students. And working collectively with USF Police Department and Chief Daniel, we did that. We looked and we had every stone uncovered between his assets and ours. When I tell you I had hundreds of detectives and deputies and assets looking for Nahida and Zamil, that is the truth. Anywhere between my criminal investigations division, my special investigations division, aviation assets, marine assets, drone operators, and SWAT, and our crisis negotiation team, and our bomb team here today. This is still an active investigation, so you will have a lot of questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. But please understand, I will answer them as best as I can without jeopardizing the investigation we have thus far. I want to thank our partners. I want to thank again, Chief, thank you for all your help. The USF Police Department, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, the Clearwater Police Department. Everybody came together in this community, in this Bay Area, to try and find a safe resolution for Nahida and Zamil. Chief?
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate the opportunity to speak today. I want to restate the sorrow we feel for the families. President Moaz, Lamayam, the leadership staff at USF, the USF Police Department, we really assert safety on campus. We do everything we can to make the campus safe. This is the last thing that we want to happen. Our hearts go out to the families, to the students at USF that knew these other students. And going forward, I just want to thank the chief, all the deputies that came out to help us. It was amazing to see the teamwork, the agencies across the Bay that helped us. It wouldn't be for all that help that we would be where we are today. And it's not the ending we hoped for, but we do appreciate the collaboration and the partnerships.
Available for any questions you may have. Great question. So the human remains that we were discovered this morning was one body, and that has been positively identified to Zamil. We are still actively searching for Nahida. And again, I implore the community, if you have any tips of where you've seen her or she's just recently seen, please report it to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office immediately so we can recover her to safety. We don't have any indication to think that she is or she is not. We are still actively trying to recover Nahida. The suspect initially, when we made initial contact, was talking. Yesterday we re-interviewed the suspect. He did talk, and then he ended the interview. Right now, currently, he is at our Criminal Investigations Division speaking with detectives. At this time, we have no indications to think that he was not working alone. But again, active investigation. Right now, we don't have any inclination to think that he was working with anybody else. So the suspect, Hisham, was a roommate of Zamil. So that is where the connection lies. Nahida did not live on that property. Nahida lived on USF campus. So the connection is that the suspect, Hisham, and Zamil were roommates. Through investigative measures, we are able to link the suspect to this case and to this body. Right now, we are pending the autopsy results for manner and cause of death, which is at the Pinellas County in Pinellas County. We should be getting results of that at the quickest, maybe tomorrow.
What are the immigration statuses of Nicole and Rusty?
They are on student visas and they are here in this country legally.
And the immigration status of the suspect?
The suspect, he was born, he is a U.S. citizen. Still working through that. The question was, what is the motive? We're still working through that. It's still an active investigation. At this time, that's up to the medical examiner and the autopsy. We will get those results again, perhaps tomorrow.
Is he confirmed if the suspect is the roommate of Zamil?
Yes, ma'am. The suspect is the roommate of Zamil. Thank you all. I'm sorry. We're still working the investigation, so we need the community's help. Any tips we have to see her last known location, where has she been seen recently? If anybody has that information, please contact the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Now, I would love to answer those questions, but again, still active investigation. All right, thank you. We are here today as our community has been shaken by the disappearance of two USF grad students, Nahida and Zamil. I am heartbroken to announce the discovery of human remains discovered on the Howard Franklin Bridge earlier this morning. Just now, those remains were positively identified to Zamil. How did we get here today? We have a suspect in custody. How did that happen? Today at approximately 9 a.m., we received a domestic violence call for service. Units responded. We knew that this was the home of the suspect. Units responded. We were able to take the family out of the residence and get them to safety. At that time, we commanded the suspect to come out.
So our detectives, as hard charging as they are, their first stop is the dumpster. They learned that the trash compactor in the complex hasn't been emptied yet in these couple days. This is where we get the first break in our case. We go out there dumpster diving. These detectives getting inside of the dumpster and empty the entire contents. And they find Zamil's glasses, his student ID, his wallet, and his clothes, which are extremely bloodied at the time. Again, this is where we get our first break. This is where, during this timeline, this missing persons becomes a missing person endangered case.
Today is a day filled with enormous celebration, but we want to take a moment to recognize that our community is also grieving the loss of two of our doctoral students. To honor the memory of Nahida Bristi and Zamil Limon, please join me in a moment of silence.
While we began with a moment of silence, I want to personally acknowledge the loss of two of our amazing students, Nahida Pristi and Zamil Liman. We honor them, their spirit, and their work ethics. Posthumous degrees will be awarded as a symbol of their lasting impact on our community. Thank you.
Thousands of Bangladeshi students leave home every year with their families' prayers in their bags and ambition in their eyes, chasing dreams, degrees, and a life they've worked so hard for. But life doesn't always write the ending we imagine. Two Bangladeshi PhD students at the University of South Florida, Nahida Bristi and Jamil Limon, both 27 years old, went missing around April 16, and what started as a missing person case quickly turned into something much darker. By April 17, concerns started building. No one could reach them. Their phones were off. That wasn't like them at all. Family members, who usually talked to them every day, started panicking and alerted campus police. Then the situation took a shocking turn. After a week, Limon's remains were found near the Howard Franklin Bridge. Around the same time, police began focusing on his roommate, Hisham Saleh Abu Garbiye, who had a prior criminal record. Police responded to a domestic violence call, and after a tense standoff where Limon's roommate barricaded himself, he eventually surrendered. He was taken into custody and charged. Nahida's brother told the media that police informed him about the death after conducting a DNA test on body parts recovered from the residence of Limon and Hisham. Her family was also told that all of her remains may not ever be recovered. What was once a story of two bright students chasing their future has now ended in tragedy, replacing ambition and promise with grief and unanswered questions.